welcome back to Sarasota.
Thank you.
You were at the inaugural.
I was here at the very first inaugural film festival in Sarasota, so I'm very proud that you guys are still here and going strong and getting better than ever, so I'm very honored.
And it's a great tribute to you today for your body of work. How does that make you feel?
I'm incredibly flattered. I mean, I'm just so pleased that my career would merit an award like this, and you know, I've been proud of the work that I've done and all the many actors and filmmakers I've had the opportunity to work with, and you know, hopefully it's not over yet and I still have more to accomplish, but I'm very honored.
Now tomorrow we're taping your In Conversation
Oh,
series,
great.
which is going to be really
I'm excited about that, yeah.
And you know, we're looking forward to hearing all about all of your many films.
Yeah.
Is there one in particular that kind of stands out for you?
I think two of my favorite movies that I've done were The Freshman, because I got to do comedy, which I do love, and I also got to work with Marlon Brando, so that's pretty amazing thing to be able to say in one's career. And then also Carlito's Way with Al Pacino and Sean Penn and Brian De Palma directing, so I loved the role. I mean, they're two completely different movies. One's a far-out comedy and the other one's a serious drama, and I love that I've been able to go back and forth from comedy to drama. And then I have to mention Big Top Pee-wee, because Paul Rubens, Pee-wee Herman, is from Sarasota, and where we're doing the interview tomorrow is at the high school that he is an alumni of. So
you were charming in that as Winnie, right?
Winnie, yes. I was the school teacher girlfriend of Pee-wee, and it was really fun to make that movie. And I spoke to Paul last night, and he was so excited I was here. And so that'll be a lot of fun.
Now, your most recent movie is a little different, Parked for You. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The artist, or Think of Me, the movie that's here? Yeah, you know, it's a very provocative film in that it stirs up the issue of making decisions in one's life, and what's the right decision, and what's going to be best for a child, and whether that's being with the actual biological parent or somebody else to give the child a better life. But there's pretty controversial, yeah, I think, subject matter, but very realistic and dark, you know.
And it's a little different role for you.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I definitely play a character that you wonder, is she a good person? Is she doing the right thing? I mean, certainly I think so in my, you know, because I'm playing the woman. And I think her intentions are good, but you know, it's definitely a dark film in many ways, and questionable as to the moral ethics of the story and the choices that are made. Yeah.
And one last question: we can't let you get away without talking about the artist. I mean, you're wonderful in that, and it's the second silent star that you kind of play. Tell us about between Chaplin and now the artist.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got the opportunity to do a little bit of silent film acting in Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr., and so I guess I'm a veteran now, you know, I've done two, and you know, how can, you know, in 2012 be able to say that I've actually acted in two silent films, one semi-silent and the other one truly silent. But The Artist was an amazing, it was an amazing movie to be a part of, and the journey that we took from the beginning to the end to winning the Academy Award was remarkable and really unexpected. I mean, when we made the film, we didn't know if anyone would actually go see the movie, let alone be up on the Academy Award stage at the Kodak Theater. So
fantastic.
It's a beautiful film, and it just, in every way, that movie just is such classic. It's a classic film, and I think it will go down as one of the classics of all time. So I'm very, very honored and proud to be a part of that movie.
And we enjoyed watching.
As they say, they're no small parts.
Well, congratulations on the award, and welcome back to Sarasota.
Thank you.
We
Thank
hope you can see you back on the time.
Yeah, you know what? Anytime you want me back, I'm coming, because I love it here. I do, I really do, and I'm glad that I could share it with my daughter Eloisa.
Eloise, come over here with your mom. Are you excited about being here with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite role that she's been in?
She hasn't seen all my movies.
That's true.
Which one? Which one would you say?
Probably The Artist. I liked that one.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Good answer. All right, thank you both and enjoy your tribute today.
Yeah,
and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm Jenny Familio, and welcome, and thank you so much for being here for the Sarasota Film Festival's annual Filmmaker Luncheon. I want to start with a few thank yous. First, thank you to the Sarasota Yacht Club for hosting us in this beautiful venue. Last week, our twin daughters had their 4th birthday party here. So if you catch sparkle out of this corner of your eye, it's probably remnant ballerina confetti on the floor. And for that, I'm sorry. I also want to thank all the staff and the volunteers of the Sarasota Film Festival. You put on an incredible 10-day extravaganza, and it is always fun and fresh and different and distinguished, and you do a wonderful job. And finally, thank you to our festival sponsors for being so generous with your time and your resources and your creativity. You'll see their names on this board behind me: the Amicus Foundation, the Familio family, Regal Entertainment Group, Wild Lexus of Sarasota, and Mary Ann Robinson, who always says yes, as you all know. This luncheon has always been one of my favorite events at the Sarasota Film Festival, and this year we are very honored and fortunate to honor an accomplished actress and friend of the festival since its inaugural year, Penelope Ann Miller. In a few minutes, you will hear more about this very talented, very glamorous, very intelligent woman who truly is a chameleon actress and manages to deeply connect with all of her characters, no matter who they are and no matter how different they are than her real persona. In one of her interviews, she said that her goal is to act for a long, long time, and I think the feeling is mutual with everyone in this room. That's what we want too. She's been in incredible films, including last year's Academy Award winner for Best Picture, The Artist, and the very intense and emotional film that's showing this week at our festival, Think of Me. And I have to say, on a personal note, my first exposure to her, and this dates me a little bit, of course, you know, Adventures in Babysitting. Which I must say I once knew entirely by heart. And I did. And your character, Brenda, who, for those of you who don't know, was a teenager who ran away from home and got stuck at a bus station with no money and all sorts of crazy characters, was fantastic. And you really stole the show. And my favorite scene was when you had your glasses stolen and you were wandering around the bus station and you thought you were saving a tiny little precious kitty, and it turned out to be a jumbo sewer rat. So, I was 12 and it made a very big impression on me, and I've loved that movie ever since. And I suppose that story is a good segue into the theme of this year's festival, which, as you know, is See Things Differently. I love this directive that the film festival gives us this year because it's a great reminder that so often we look at things, art or film or landscapes or even people in our lives, but we don't see them. We visually take something in, but we don't internalize it or fully experience it. For me, Seeing Things Differently is a great theme because it acknowledges that seeing is more than just about vision. Yes, we must open our eyes, of course, but we must also open our whole selves to what is put forth in front of us, especially at the movies. I studied English literature in college, and one of my favorite poets, William Blake, wrote something that I thought was perfectly on point for this theme. When the doors of perception are cleansed, man will see things as they truly are, infinite. And I just ask you to think about this notion this week when you see the films, because it may change the way you see them, and in fact, it may change the way you see everything. We have another woman here with us today who has also changed the way audiences see film, and in a moment, she will come up to introduce our honoree. Thelma Adams is a very prominent and perceptive film critic and writer who also has a very deep understanding of film. She graduated Phi Beta Kappa from UC Berkeley in 1981, received her MBA in Arts Management from UCLA in 1985, and her MFA in Fiction from Columbia in 1993. A member of the New York Film Critics Circle since 1995, she has served 2 terms as chair. She was a film critic for Us Weekly from 2000 to 2011, after 6 years at the New York Post. She writes a column for AMCFilmCritic.com and a monthly actress profile for Marie Claire magazine. She has also written for the New York Times, Cosmopolitan, More, Self, and O magazines. She's appeared on countless TV stations, CNN, E!, NBC's The Today Show, CBS's The Early Show, and countless others. And last year, her debut novel, Playdate, was published. And I went on Amazon.com to order the book because I am excited to read it, and I loved what they included in the synopsis on Amazon, and I just wanted to read you one sentence from it as a little teaser. What happens next door, beyond the hedges, in the romper room and executive office, it's all as combustible as a quick brush fire on a windy day. And that grabbed me. I thought, this is a must read. So now I'd like to introduce Ms. Thelma Adams to introduce our distinguished honoree, Penelope Ann Miller. Thank you.
And I hooked you on the book without even the tantric sex scene, so how about that? It's funny, when you're young and you start out, as Penelope and I did, you kind of think, when is the tipping point where you have enough credits to say that, in my case, you're a writer, and now I sit here and go, I think I tipped. It is very much a pleasure to be invited by the Sarasota Film Festival to come and honor Penelope Ann Miller, a really brilliant and subtle actress. She has shared the screen with some of the most notable and renowned leading men and directors in Hollywood, including, and this is another really long, lovely list, Al Pacino, Sean Penn in Carlito's Way, and Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick in The Freshman, Robert De Niro and Robin Williams in Awakenings, Robert Downey Jr. and Sir Richard Attenborough's Chaplin, Danny DeVito, it just goes on, Danny DeVito and Gregory Peck in Norman Jewison's Other People's Money, Matthew Broderick again and Christopher Walken in Mike Nichols' Biloxi Blues, and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Ivan Reitman's Kindergarten Cop. How about, you know, quite an accomplished actress, and now she recently completed filming on the independent period piece Saving Lincoln, which tells the story of who? Lincoln's presidency, not his pregnancy. That would be interesting. And his assassination, in which Penelope portrays Mary Todd Lincoln. And of course, one of the reasons that we're here today is to celebrate her recent huge success. And I'm doing this for Mark, in Michelle Hazanavicius's black and white silent feature sensation, The Artist. Last year, I learned how to pronounce Michelle Hazanavicius. I'm very proud of that. Unfortunately, Robert De Niro, who I wrote a speech for, was not as talented, and he stood up at the New York Film Critics Circle, and he just could not pronounce it. A moment of unintentional laughter in the crowd. Anyway, the film, which we've all, I'm sure by now seen, got 6 Golden Globe nominations, including Best Picture, 3 SAG noms, 11 Critic Choice nominations, 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, And they say that a black and white musical, that no one would go see it. And I think that one of the things that we know, and that Penelope has also taught us, is that people come and see good movies, and movies of quality, and movies that touch us. And I've got to say, you know, in that movie, Penelope, you had such old-fashioned glamour and sheen, and you know, you played this kind of familiar role. It's familiar in terms of old movies, and yet you made her as sexy as her pearls. So we want to embrace you and your talent. And of course, that was a very hard role because you had to pave the way for the hero to go off with the ingenue. Not fair. It's just not fair, but then again, it happens. And at this year's Sarasota Film Festival, this is her third visit. Did you say fourth, or is it your third? Overall. Okay, your third visit to the festival. She portrays a woman seeking to adopt a child in Brian Savilson's powerful drama, Think of Me. She has been a tremendous friend to the Sarasota Film Festival, having attended the very first event, a 3-day, 8-film festival that has blossomed now in its 14th year. The festival is once again graced by Penelope's work in yet another wonderful film. And now we're going to have a look. Hit it.
Chris, I can't call anybody else. My dad doesn't know. He'd kill me if he found out. Chris, I'm begging you. It's really scary here. I've just seen 3 people shoot up. A bald Chinese lady with no pants on, and there's this old guy outside who wants his bedroom slippers.
Get out of my house!
You just moved!
Boy, what a day, huh? Things sure have worked out great for both of us, huh, Winnie?
Breaking up with you is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've never felt so alive since we broke up. I've never felt so free, so beautiful, so sure of myself.
Okay, Winnie, I get your point.
So, my dad tells me you're from Nebraska.
Vermont.
So what do you think of New York?
Oh, I stopped thinking 24 hours ago. I'm going on pure instinct.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do in New York. I was wondering if you'd like to come to my place for dinner tomorrow night.
I would like that. Thanks.
Great. Well, here are the directions. How about 6:37?
What?
You got a little mustache. I saw you upstairs just now. Are you visiting someone?
No.
You work here?
I live here.
You're a patient?
That's $1.80, babe.
You don't look like a patient.
I don't?
Because we're the same.
We are not the same, Lawrence. Now don't go spreading that around.
You know what makes us the same? What sets us apart? We care more about the game than we do the players.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. That's so.
Charlie, if I eat one more bean, I'm going to be sick.
We almost had it. But this time, not quite so daintily. You're starving.
I know. But it's hard to be hungry after 46 takes.
Of course it is. No one else could do it as well. We both know it.
Do my best.
Right. How about dinner tonight? Chili con carne.
I'll kill you, Charlie. I know how this dream ends, Charlie. It isn't in paradise. It ends with me carrying you into an emergency room at 3 o'clock in the morning and standing there crying like an idiot while your shoes smell with blood and you die.
Gail, you won't listen.
Because you're bullshitting me! I
come with you.
No. Last night we agreed.
No, I didn't agree to anything.
Do you mind if I just get one tiny little sentence out here? Thank you very much. Last night we both agreed that you were going to leave this morning.
No, you agreed I was going to leave. I agreed to no such thing. We need each other.
No, we don't.
We have a connection.
No, we don't.
Then how do you explain that I can read your thoughts?
My thoughts are hard to miss.
And why is that?
Psychically, I'm very well endowed.
I'll bet you are.
All right, let's get something straight. Right now, Mr. Whitroy, my ass is not yours. It is mine. Now, I just let you enjoy it from time to time out of the kindness of my heart. So if you've got a problem with that, you better stop this car and let me out right here.
Oh, no! No. I don't drink. I mean, I don't drink coffee. So tell me, what makes you think that this body is my Henry?
Although we found no formal identification on him, he still had his briefcase.
I'm tired of living like this, Richard. I'm tired of having to take temp jobs just to make ends meet. I'm tired of having to push a chair up against the washing machine just to keep the door shut. I'm tired of having to borrow Mrs. Stubby's vacuum cleaner every time ours breaks down.
Do you think this is the life I pictured for us? Sometimes you have to sacrifice to do the right thing. We always end up agreeing that Devonhurst is the right thing for Daniel.
Well, maybe we should start thinking about what's right for us.
On behalf of the Sarasota Film Festival, I'd like to present the 2012 Career Tribute Award to Penelope Ann Miller.
Thank you so much. I'm really incredibly honored and flattered that the body of my work or my career up to this point would merit an award like this. They say there's a difference between a lifetime achievement award and a career achievement. I'm glad it's not lifetime because then it means it's over. So I'm glad it's just a career achievement because I still hopefully have a lot more to do and accomplish. I do feel a special bond with the Sarasota Film Festival. And as you know, as you have heard, I was here 14 years ago at the very first inaugural Sarasota Film Festival. So I feel a deep connection to this festival. When I came here, Mark Familio, it's Familio, not Famiglio. Okay, Familio. He wasn't the president yet, and he had a party at his home, and it was very impressive. And sorry, I'm not supposed to say. Anyway, I was here with Jon Favreau. We did a movie called Rocky Marciano, and before Jon has now become a huge director, among other things. But we had such a fun time. I have to say, we had a party bus. Neither one of us were married. We didn't have children. And I just fell in love with Sarasota. I thought you guys were a hoot, and it was so much fun. And I just, it was a blast. And anytime you guys want me back, I'm here, obviously. I came again for Funny Money with Chevy Chase, and now for Think of Me, and of course this incredible honor for this award. I'm very proud to have my daughter, my oldest, Eloisa, here with me to share this award with me. She's another accomplishment that I'm very proud of, and my 3-year-old too, Maria. I also realized that Paul Rubens, who I did Big Top Pee-wee with, is an alumni of Sarasota High School, and he's from here. So he was very excited that I was here and sent his congratulations. And I'll be at the high school tomorrow doing a sort of an actor's studio conversation with Peter Rayner. So I'm really excited about that. And Paul Rubens wanted me to make sure I knew he was an alumni. But I have to say, I'm deeply moved. I really am. And it was really fun for me to see what I've done. I forget, actually. And it's funny because there was an interviewer who said to me, you know, a lot of people, you know, are familiar, you know, they say Penelope Ann Miller, well, what has she done? What has she done? And then they you know, someone has to kind of remind them. And then one of the things that I guess I'm really proud of, and maybe it's a curse and a blessing, but I look really different in every one of these movies. And I have dark hair, I have red hair, I have blonde hair. And that's why I became an actress, was because I would get the opportunity to embody different roles and different characters. And the fact that I've been able to go from comedy to drama to farce to surreal to silent, black and white, this is why I became an actress, because I had such a passion for this industry and for filmmaking. And I know The Artist was such a testament to classic filmmaking and all the classics. And it was a movie that we thought nobody would go see, and then we won the Academy Award. It's been an incredible journey, and I love what I do. I really do. And I never think, I mean, of course, you know, you hope that the movies that you do, people will go see. And when they turn out to sort of surpass your wildest expectations, it's such a tribute to great filmmaking. And all I want to do is go to work and have a great time. And then if it turns out great, you know, I'm so thrilled that you guys get the opportunity to experience and to take the journey with us. You know, I'm glad you guys have seen some of my movies, and I hope to make many more. And I really, truly, I'm incredibly flattered, because some of you may not have realized some of the work that I've done, and I am very honored that I've worked with some of the most amazing actors, living legends, I mean, that are not living anymore, like Marlon Brando and Gregory Peck. And I mean, who in one's career can say they've worked with Marlon Brando or Gregory Peck? I mean, I've just been so incredibly blessed. And so this means a great deal to me. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for this wonderful festival. Like I said, I'll come back anytime, and hopefully I'll have more movies that will merit, you know, the opportunity to come back. And thank you so very, very much. It means a lot.
I want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to remind everyone there are many events, many films left at the film festival, including the conversation with Penelope, which I'm looking at Kathy Jordan right now. When is that? Tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Sarasota High School. So we'd love to see you there. They're always well attended, very informative, very interesting, and everyone enjoys the conversation series. This evening we do have a party here at the Yacht Club, Cinema Tropical, which I'm sure is sold out, but maybe you can bribe someone at the door. And there are films this evening. We have red carpet for, the Wallenda film, right? Yeah, which is a fabulous film, at the Opera House in downtown Sarasota. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, staff of the Sarasota Yacht Club. As always, we appreciate your efforts, and we look forward to seeing you at the rest of the festival events. Thank you.